So we're standing on our mats, feet together, turning toes out, followed by heels. So just looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward, flattening through the lumbar spine, and back and arching through the lumbar spine. And just one more time, rocking that pelvis forward and back. And then we're going to find the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Placing the hands over the rib cage and drawing the shoulders down the back. Nice deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expanding, and out through the mouth. One more time, nice deep breath in through the nose, drawing the shoulders down the back, and out through the mouth. So while we continue the deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other, pulling the belly button back towards the spine, and at the same time feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. So relaxing the arms down by your side, and we'll start with those forward shoulder rolls, just nice, loose, fluid movements, just releasing any tightness. Nice deep breaths. One more time, forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. One more time, we're going to relax and slide those shoulders down the back, arms by your side. We're going to float the arms out to the side, reaching them up towards the ceiling, drawing those shoulders down away from the ears. On the out breath, push the air away as we bring the arms back down. Good, one more time. In breath, floating the arms out to the side, reaching them up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. We're going to reach the right arm up to touch the ceiling and draw that shoulder blade down your back. Good. Reach the left arm up to touch the ceiling and sliding that shoulder blade down the back. We're going to float the arms open back to shoulder height. Bend the elbows, palms to the ceiling. Place the hands behind the head. We're shrugging the shoulders up to your ears, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and then squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Unlock the fingers, palms facing away from you. We're going to bring the hands down behind the body and just opening up. Again, drawing those shoulder blades towards each other at the back. Feel the opening up through the chest. Interlock those fingers, turn them inside out, and then we're lifting the hands up away from the glutes. And again, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. And lovely stretch through the chest. And relax the arms and give them a shake off. Good. Stretching out the neck. So we're going to go left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back, left hand over the head, and just gently feeling the stretch down the side of the neck, across the top of the shoulder. Nice deep breath in and out. Then we're going to relax the hands, drop the chin to the chest, and then we're rubbing that chin along the chest, keeping those shoulder blades drawn together at the back, nice and slow, just feeling any tightness through that neck. Ending up with right ear over right shoulder, left arm behind the back, right hand over the head. And again, just gently feeling that stretch, drawing that left shoulder down. Again, deep breath in and out, and then chin to chest, rubbing that chin along the chest, keeping those shoulder blades drawn together at the back. Ending up with left ear over left shoulder and centering back up again. Brilliant. So into the roll down now. We can just give those shoulders a bit of a roll again. When you're ready, deep breath in, scooping the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're dropping chin to chest, and then we're slowly peeling the vertebra one at a time, head hanging, arms hanging. So you slowly curl down to your toes, Feeling the articulation through each vertebra joint. Let the arms hang, head hang. And then we're going to scoop the belly button to spine as we slowly start to round back up again, stacking that spine one vertebra at a time and rolling the shoulders back. Good, one more time, deep breath in as we breathe out. Chin to chest, peeling the vertebra off the wall behind you. Feeling each vertebra articulating, taking time through that lumbar spine as we come all the way down to the toes. This time we're either going to hook the fingers under the toes or place the palms flat on the floor. We're going to straighten through that left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through the right knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Trying to straighten through both knees now, head hanging, drawing the shoulders down the back. Breathing through that lovely stretch through the calves, the hamstrings, possibly the lower back. Soften through the knees, scoop the belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine one vertebra at a time. Come up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Brilliant. So we're grabbing our weights now. We're starting with our elbows bent by our side, squeezing those elbows into the side, palms to the ceiling. Holding the weights side on. Good. So again, just really thinking about that neutral spine position, engaging those core muscles. We're going into the dumb waiter, so opening the arms to the side and squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back, and then bringing the hands back together. Good. So we're working on the rhomboid muscles, the muscles attaching the scapula to the spine. Just strengthening those muscles up, which help us to have better posture. Good. So opening and close together. Good. For 10 and close. 9 and close. Make sure as you open, you feel those shoulder blades sliding towards each other. For 7 and close. 6 and close. So the forearms should be level with the elbows. For 4 and close. 3 and close. Good. 2 more and close. Last one here and close. Back up. We're dropping the back of the hands to the quadriceps, and we're going to bicep curl it up for 15 and lower, 14 and lower, 13, squeeze those elbows in, 12 and lower, 10, draw those shoulders down the back, 9 and lower, 8 and 7. Control the lowering as well. That works, both working the arms coming up and back down for 5 and lower, 4 and 3. Good. For 2 and last one here. Brilliant. Turn the palms towards the front of the thighs. Now we're going into the upright row. So lift the elbows, hands to the front of the shoulders and pushing away. Good. For 14 and drive them down. 13 and drive down. Remember, as you lift the elbows, draw the shoulders down. 11 and push away. 10 and down. 9 and drive it away. Good. 8 and 7. Good. For 6 and 5. Good. 4 more. Reach those elbows up as high as you can. Draw the shoulders down. Good. 2 more. And away. Last one. and drive it back down. Good. Give those shoulders a little roll. Just loosen that neck off a bit. Soften those knees, core engaged, straight arm raises and lower. Remember, you can bend those elbows if it starts to get too much. Good. 3 more. And then if you've got lighter weights, we'll do the pulsing. If you've got heavier weights, just keep going straight up and down. Good. So on the next one, we're going to be pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. On the out breath, bring them up and pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. 2 more sets of these. Arms out and pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Keep those shoulders down your back. Last one and pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. Again, giving those shoulders a roll. We're bringing the arms out to the side and lower. Good. For 4 and lower. So 3 more, and then we're going to start to do the circles. If you have lighter weight, heavier weight, just keep coming up and down. Lock the shoulders down your back. So on this next one now, we're going to start with the circles, arms out. We're going forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. We're going backwards this time, so arms out, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Forward next time. Arms out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Last one, backwards. Arms out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Excellent. And shrugging those shoulders off. Brilliant. So we're holding the glasses in front of us. If you want to work harder, bring the elbows away from the body. We're lifting the elbows up, pouring the glasses down the sink and center. Good. For 14 and center. 13 and center. 12 and 11. Good. Again, lifting those elbows but shoulders drawing down. For 9 and 8. Good. 7 and 6. 5 more. 5 and 4. 3 more. 3 and 2. Last one. Good. And shaking those arms off. Brilliant. So into the tricep, kick back, elbows behind the body, hands at the front of the shoulder. The elbows don't move as we reach the arms back and up and forward. So remember, those elbows don't move. They stay behind the body and forward. 3 more. And then we're going to go into the pulsing for the lighter weight. For 2. Last one of the singles. Again, if you've got heavy weights, just keep going forward and back. We're reaching back and up and pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. Reaching back and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. 2 more. Reaching back and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Reaching back and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. We can bring the weights down, place them on the floor, circle those arms, giving them a nice big circle, loosening them off. We're going to come to sitting on the ball now. Good. So just grabbing your ball. Catherine, obviously you would just come to sitting on the floor, either legs crossed or just have the legs out in front of you, whichever's more comfortable. So, sitting on the ball, arms hanging down by your sides, knees and feet about shoulder width apart, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to slide the right hand down and bring the left arm over the top. Keep the ball still as we open up through that left side. In breath to center, back up. We're changing sides. So bringing the right arm up, slide the left hand down as we reach the right arm over the top. In breath to center, back up. This time, we're bringing the left arm up. As we come over, we're going to slide the hips and the ball to the left. Just opening up that pelvis. And in breath to center. And on the out breath, we're bringing the arms over to the, bring the right arm over to the left and sliding that hip away from you. Good. And center, back up. Both arms up to the ceiling. Shoulders down the back. We're going to rotate to the left and then bring that left hand towards the right hip onto the ball. Right hand comes down onto the outside of that knee, that left knee. Crown of the head to the ceiling and then use the resistance of the ball and the knee to increase that rotation round. Good. Both arms back up to the ceiling again. We're going to turn to the right. Right hand to the left hip, the opposite hip. Left hand onto the knee first. Reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Make sure you're not sliding back, leaning back. And then increase that rotation round. Nice deep breaths. Both arms up to the ceiling. And relax it back down. Hi Sally, I'm just going to ask you to start your video. Okay, so we're going to come to lying on the ball. So bring the ball all the way to the back of the mat. Crown of the head to the ceiling, and then you're going to C-curve that spine and you're going to start to walk forward till you come down to lying on the ball, and make sure the head is in line with the spine. Hips are lifted. Oh, don't know what's happened here. There we go. I've got you, Sally. Brilliant. Okay, so back of the head's in line with the spine. Hips are lifted as high as possible. Rib cage down. And we're going to float the right and left arm up towards the ceiling. Good. On the in-breath, we're going to float the back of the hands down towards the floor. Good. Opening up through the chest. Reaching the hands down. Good. Just nice deep breath in and out. Just relaxing those shoulders into the ball or the floor. And in breath, we're going to float those arms back up to the ceiling again. One more time. On the out breath, we're going to float the back of the hands down towards the floor, letting them go as low as they can, opening up through that chest. Think of squeezing those glutes and lifting the hips. And then we're floating them back up to the ceiling again, palm facing away from you. We're going right arm up above the head, left hand down towards the floor, circle all the way round and back up to the ceiling again. Left arm goes up, right hand down, circle all the way round and back up to the ceiling again. We're going to go double hands here, so both hands down towards the feet, circle all the way round and back up to the ceiling again. And we're reversing, so we're bringing both arms up above the head, circle all the way round And again, drawing the arms back up to the ceiling. We're going to come up from the breastbone, walk back on the ball, bring the hands down onto the front of the thighs. So, Catherine, for you here, if you place your hands on the front of the thighs, you're going to do a curl up there, yeah? If you need to support your head, then by all means have your hands behind your head. The rest of us, we're going to come onto the ball, so the ball is sitting into that lumbar spine, but if you're not feeling it through your core, and you really want to be working, that's what we're working here, is these core muscles, come higher, okay? So the higher you are on the ball, the more you're working these core muscles. Hands behind the head, but keep the elbows wide. On the in-breath, we're lying back, but don't let the head drop below the spine. On the out-breath, we're curling back up. Good. We're going for 10. So in-breath to lower, out-breath, curling back up for 9. And lower. Good. We're curling back up for 8. And lower. For 7. And lower. Remember, keep those elbows out to the side because you don't want to be pulling your head. You can cradle it. For 6. And lower. For 5. And lower. For 3. Draw that belly button in. You should really be feeling the burn now. If not, come up higher on your ball. For 2. And the last one now, we're curling up, brilliant. We can relax back down, keep the chin towards your chest. So Jane Thomas, if you want to come to being over the ball now, the rest of us are going to lower the hips down to the floor. We're going to just push the ball to the side for a minute, and we're coming on to all fours. Good, I'm just going to bring my camera down a little bit here. Good, so onto all fours, knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Think of being nice and broad through those shoulders and not dipping down in between or lifting up too high, and drawing the belly button to spine. So on the in-breath, into the cat stretch, we're going to round that thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out-breath, lengthen tail and crown, so we're flattening through the back, and then gently feeding on through into that back extension, eyes to the ceiling. Good. In-breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out-breath, lengthen tail and crown, feeding on through into the back extension. We're going to hold that back extension for a breath. And then we're just going to flex that back off by rounding it back up to the ceiling and coming back to your neutral spine position. Brilliant. So sliding the left leg back. Tuck that toe underneath you, drop the left hip down. We're pushing back through the hands. Remember to come on the forearms if your wrists are uncomfortable. And keep the pressure on, taking the heel to the floor. And we're holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee in. Good. Slide the right knee back. Tuck that right toe underneath you. Push back through the hands. Heels to the floor. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine. And we're holding that stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that right knee back in. Good. Into the hip drops. We're taking both hips over to the right. Look over your left shoulder at your feet. In breath to center, and then both hips over to the left. Look over your right shoulder at your feet. Good. Just allowing those hips to drop and stretch through that pelvis. One more time to each side, over to the right, looking over your left shoulder. In breath to center, and then dropping the hips to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Good. Coming back up to the center again. We're going to sit back on our heels, head down into the mat, just stretching off through the back. So we're coming back onto our knees. Jane Thomas, if you come down to sideline for the thread and needle. So we're coming back up onto all fours. We're going to bring the right hand through the gap. Take the head and shoulder down to the floor and eyes up towards the ceiling. So you're rolling back onto that right shoulder. Good. If you're not feeling much of a stretch here, and I'll talk you through it when we come back up. So we're coming back up again. Sometimes what happens is as we feed through, people tend to sit back towards their heels. You almost want to feel like you're leaning forward as you take your head and shoulder down towards the floor. Good. So left hand through the gap. Bring the weight forward. Don't let the glutes drop down to the heels, and then roll back on that left shoulder, eyes to the ceiling. Breathing through that stretch. And then we're coming back up onto all fours again. Brilliant. Changing side. So right hand through the gap. Keep the weight forward. Head and shoulder down. We're going to increase the stretch by bringing that left hand up above the head onto the floor. Back of the hand on the floor. And again, eyes to the ceiling. Good. And then coming back up. Onto all fours again, one more time, left hand through the gap. Good, head and shoulder down. And then reach that right arm up above your head, onto back of the hand on the floor. Good, so back of the hand on the floor, palm to the ceiling, eyes to the ceiling. Good, and coming back up onto all fours again. Brilliant. So we're going to sit back on our heels, open our knees out to the side. If that's not comfortable for you, just come to sitting with V legs. Walk the hands forward. Put pressure through the palms of the hands. Try and draw the shoulders down the back. Lovely stretch for your lower back here. And then we're going to walk the hands round to the left. Keep the right seat bone towards the right heel. And you're reaching that right arm away from you. Opening up through that right side. Walking the hands back to the center. And then walking the hands round to the right. Reaching that left arm away from you. So seat bone down towards the left heel. Come back to the center again, and then we're going to slowly round back up, walk your hands back up as we come up, stacking that spine. Good. We're going to come to sitting, legs out in the V. Good. Flexion through the feet. Crown of the head to the ceiling. Remember, if you feel like you're a bit stuck in your back and you can't sit up nice and tall, just pop yourself onto a cushion or a block, anything you have there. Good. Okay, so from there, we're going to take the arms out to the side, shoulders down the back. We're going to rotate to the left, backhand palm is down. We're hinging from the hips, reaching forward, and we're going to saw for 3, 2, 1, stacking back up and center. Good. We're turning to the right, backhand palm down. We're reaching forward and we're sawing for 3, 2, 1, back up and center. Good. This time we're going to look at the backhand. So we're turning to the left, looking at your backhand, hinging forward and sawing for 3, 2, 1, come back up and center. Good. We're turning to the right, backhand palm down, hinging forward, and we're sawing for 3, 2, 1, back up and center. Good. Relax the arms down. We're grabbing the balls now. I'm just going to turn side on, be easier to see. So keeping those legs in the V, take the ball. If you haven't got a ball, you can just do it with your hands, that's fine. Hands on the side of the ball. We're going to roll the ball forward, hinging from the hips, lengthening through that back. And then we're going to roll the ball over the right foot. Left arm comes up to the ceiling, and you're going to look underneath that arm up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to roll the ball back across the front again towards the left toe. Each time we're going to try and get that the chest down towards the floor. Good. One more time to each side. So drop that chest a bit lower as you roll it across the front, over the right foot, look up underneath that left arm. Good. Last time, drop the chest to the floor, and remember, bring the waist down towards that left knee. And we're coming back to the center again. Keep the ball there though. Reach that ball away from you a little bit further. Drop down between the arms. And then we're rounding back up, stacking the spine. Just place the ball away for a sec. We're going to bend the knees and come towards the front of the mat. Good. So we're going to do that C-curve roll down, getting a bit lower and lower each time. If you get to the point where you can't hold it anymore, then obviously just come down to the floor, straighten your legs and come into the normal roll up. So knees and feet are hip width apart, crown of the head to the ceiling, arms out in front of you, drawing the belly button to spine, push the lumbar spine out as we roll back to the C-curve, keeping the shoulders soft and the chest wide. Good. Back until you feel that core starting to engage, and then we're rolling back up and stacking. Good. Deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're going to come a little bit lower this time. Feel that core engage and rounding back up and stacking. This time we're going to take that lumbar spine to the mat. So deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're slowly C-curving, rolling just till that lumbar spine touches the mat, and then we're rounding back up and stacking. This time we're going to do it to just above that lumbar spine. So deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're coming down. So the lumbar spine touches, and just as the thoracic touches, we're rounding back up and stacking. We're going down to the shoulder blade, just the point of the shoulder blade there. So deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're coming lumbar, thoracic, to the point of the shoulder blade, and then we're rounding back up and stacking. Good. We're going to take those legs long now, squeeze the knees and feet together. We're going to come all the way to the floor. So draw the belly button to spine, keep the shoulders relaxed as we come lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reach the arms over the top. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, arms to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, look at your toes. We're rolling back up, reaching forward. Don't touch the toes. The arms are reaching above the toes. Drop the head down and round it back up and stack that spine. One more time, all the way down. So scooping belly button to spine. We're coming down, lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reach the arms over the top. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, look at your toes. We're rounding back up. This time we're going to reach forward, grab hold of your toes or ankles or shins. Drop the head down between the arms. And just again, breathing through this stretch. On each out breath, see if you can drop a little bit lower. Last time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, Again, dropping a little bit more. Rounding and stacking the spine. We're going to do just one more roll down to come down to the floor. So drawing the belly button to spine, rolling down, lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down, reaching the arms over the top, back of the hands onto the floor. Feet are in flexion, so pulling the toes back towards your knees. And we're going to reach the left arm away from you at the same time, lengthening that left leg. And relax, and then right side, reaching leg and arm away. And relax, one more time each side, left side, leg and arm, lengthening and reaching away. And relax, right arm, right leg, reaching away. And relax, and letting that lumbar spine just melt down into the mat there. We're going to bend the knees now, bring the arms down by your side. Knees and feet are hip width apart. Heel about a hand and a half away from the glutes. So sliding the chin towards the chest slightly, so you're lengthening through the back of the neck. In breath, draw the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're going to curl that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we push forward through the fronts of the thighs, squeezing through the glutes as we come up into that shoulder bridge position. Lifting those hips as high as you can, but keeping that rib cage drop down. Check there's no tension through the neck and shoulders, that everything else is relaxed, and we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into that shoulder bridge, pushing forward through the front of the thighs, glutes squeezing, lifting those hips as high as possible, rib cage down, and we're going to drop those glutes 10 centimeters and then squeeze and lift back up. Good. For 9, and lift. 8, and lift. Good. 7, squeezing the glutes as you lift. For 6, and lift. 5, check that rib cage is staying down. 4, and lift. 3, and lift. 2, squeezing back up. Last one. We're squeezing back up again, and we're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into that shoulder bridge position, lifting those hips up. Drop the rib cage down. We're opening the knees but keeping the feet flat on the floor, and then we're closing and touching those knees together. Good. And open for 9, and squeeze to close. And open for 8, and close. Good. For 7, and close. 6, trying to keep the hips as level and still as possible. For 5, opening and close. For 4 and 3. Good. 2 more. 2. Last one. Squeeze those knees close. Knees back to hip width apart. We're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. We're going to hug those knees in, rock from side to side, and just loosening that back off. Good. Nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to take the knees and the feet back down to the mat. Arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. So the knees are bent and together. And then on the out breath, we're going to drop both knees down to the right. Head goes to the left, keeping the feet stacked on top of each other. Allowing those knees to drop down as low as they will go to the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to lengthen the left leg over the right knee. toe towards the floor. Good, just breathing through the stretch, almost trying to get that left toe coming up towards your right hand. And then you can take the toe to the ceiling, the heel to the floor. Good, breathing through that. And then we're going to stack the knees and ankles again. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Good. On the out breath, we're going to take both knees down to the left. Head goes to the right. Again, allowing those knees to just relax to the floor. And then we're going to lengthen the right leg over the left knee, toe towards the floor. Just breathing through the stretch. And then if you want to increase it, keeping the foot on the floor, we're going to just take the toe to the ceiling. The heel is on the floor here. Good, breathing through the stretch. And then we're going to stack knees and ankles. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. We're going to float the left leg up into tabletop position. Controlling it through the core. We're going to take both knees over to the right. Keep a hand's width distance between the knees so they're not touching, and the head comes over to the left. Good. On the out breath, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Remember, doing this nice and slow means the core works a bit harder. We're changing legs. On the out breath, we're going to bring the legs over to the left. Control it through the core. Don't let them just flop. Head goes to the right. And then take the lumbar spine to the mat again as we center those legs back up. Now, if you want to progress to double legs, by all means. If you can't control it or it's pulling on your back, go back to single legs. We're taking both legs over to the right. Head goes to the left. Don't let the legs touch the floor. Keep them hovering just up off the floor. And take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center those legs back up. Good. On the out breath, taking both legs over to the left. Head goes to the right. Lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. One more time to each side. Both legs over to the right. Head goes to the left. And then on the out breath, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Keep going over both legs to the left. Head goes to the right. And then take that lumbar spine to the mat again as we center the legs back up. From there, we're going to come up from the breastbone, looking through the knees. We're going to lengthen the right leg away and tap the knee of the left. And change. Good. Now, if you have neck issues and you want to support your neck, by all means, but keep those elbows wide. Otherwise, you can take your head back down to the floor again. Good. So, we're going for 5 and 5, 4 and 4. Draw the belly button to spine. 3 and 3, 2 and 2, last ones here. And then, keeping the legs in tabletop, place the hands behind the head, chin to chest, and we're going into the crisscross. So we're going to lengthen the right leg away, right rib to left hip, and center, good. And change, and center, good. For 7, remember, just have a little look at that belly button. Is it scooped to the spine? For 5 and 5. If the neck starts to get uncomfortable, take the head back to the floor and just roll from one elbow to the other. Good. For 3 and 3. Good. 2 more. For 2 and 2. Last one here. You're doing great. And 1. Brilliant. Take the head back down. Hug those knees in. Good job, everyone. Nice little core burner for you. And then we'll take those knees shoulder width apart now and just really rocking from side to side. Just a lovely stretch to open up that pelvis and loosen off that back a bit. Brilliant. So we're going to take both feet back down to the mat, keeping the hip width distance between the knees and feet. Arms relaxed by your side. We're going to lengthen the left leg away, bring the right arm up over the head. Pointing through the toe, we're going to take the leg up towards the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of that left calf, draw the calf towards your nose, keep the shoulders down the back, elbows soft, keep hold of the leg, and we're going to lower the head back down to the floor, so you're increasing that stretch a bit, and then you're going to start to point and flex through the foot. Good. So point and flex. Good. 2 more times. Point and flex. Keep the stretch on, so if it starts to ease, increase the pull on that hamstring. And we're lowering the left leg down. Right arm comes up above the head. And we center all back up again. Good. Sliding the right leg away, left arm comes up above the head, pointing through the toe. We're taking the leg up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of the calf, shoulders down the back, soft elbows, drawing the leg towards your nose, and then keep hold of the leg as you lower the head and you're increasing the stretch there through the hamstring. And then we're going to start to point and flex. Point and flex. Good. 2 more times. Point and flex. Last one here. Point and flex. We're lowering the right leg down. Left arm comes up above the head and center back up. Brilliant. We're going to place the left ankle onto your right knee. If you struggle to pull that right knee up, if you can't get that right knee up, then use your ball. And so I'm going to show you, if you were using your ball, how to do it. Place the right leg over the ball, ankle onto knee, and then you dig your heel into the ball. So you're pulling that ball in behind the glutes there and pushing that left knee away. Okay, and then to increase it, we're just going to roll slightly to our right side. Just keep pushing that left knee away, keeping that 90-degree angle. Good. And we're center back up. We're going to change legs. So again, if you're using the ball, the left leg over the ball, right ankle onto the left knee. Dig the heel into the ball to draw that ball towards you, and then we're pushing that right knee away from you. And then we're going to roll ever so slightly to the left side to just increase that stretch a little bit. Good. Keep the pressure on the right knee, keeping that out to the side. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Come back to the center. So we're going to very gently or slowly now, we're going to roll onto our sides, coming up to a kneeling position with the ball in front of us. And we're going to lie over the ball. So the ball is underneath the lower abdominals and the hands are on the floor. The feet are also on the mat and they're out to the side, sort of towards the edge of the mat there. Scoop that belly button up away from the ball. So you want to have that nice neutral spine position, not that you're arching through the back. And when you're ready, we're going to go into the leg and arm raise. So we're going to point the left toe. At the same time, we're going to bring that right hand forward. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the arm and leg up to hip height and shoulder height, reaching it forward and back. Good. Lower back down and sliding back in. Now I want you to take your time. We're going to change sides. Have a feel, if you're feeling a bit wobbly on the ball, have a feel what's going on. So that maybe you need to drop that right hip down into the ball a little bit more. Possibly you're hitching a shoulder up, lower back down, and center back up. We're doing one more time to each side. All of us have a weaker and a stronger side. So see what you need to do to correct that ball sliding away from you. Good. Lower back down. Slide it back in one more time to each side. Reaching forward and back. Drive that right hip into the ball. That really stabilizes that there. Lower back down and sliding back in. Good. I can't remember, have we done 2 to each side? Yeah, okay, so I thought we had, and then I thought we were supposed to round. We're just going to round through that back a little bit. Catherine, yeah, stay on all fours for the single legs, and then I'm going to bring you down to lying on your front when we do the doubles, yeah? So back into the position again, keeping the belly button lifted away from the ball. We're pointing through the left toe, reach it back and up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, flex the foot, take the foot up to the ceiling. We're going to pulse it here. 10, 9, reach it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, lengthen the leg away and lower back down and tuck that toe underneath you. We're pointing through the right toe, reach it back and up, bend the knee, flex the foot. We're pulsing the foot to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg lifted as we lengthen it away and lower back down. Good. So Catherine, if you come to lying on your front now, we're going to roll fractionally more over the ball, bring the hands forward underneath the shoulder, and we're taking both legs up off the floor, bend the knees, flex the feet, take the feet to the ceiling. We're pulsing them up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs lifted, the knees lifted, lengthen the legs away and lower back down again. Good. We're taking both legs back up again. Keep the legs lifted as high as possible. Take the heels together and the toes away from you. And we're opening and closing those legs. For 9 and close. Remember, keep those legs lifted but reaching back. 7 and 6. Try not to bend those knees. 5 and 4. Keep the belly button lifted. And 2. Last one. Good. Take the legs down. We're going to round over the ball. Just loosen that back off a bit. Excellent. Obviously, if you haven't got the ball, come back into child pose. Just loosening that back off. Brilliant. We're coming back up to kneeling, holding the ball in front of you. I know some of us really don't like this stretch from the ground, so you can do it from standing. Have the one leg in front and the one leg behind. Use something to just balance you. If you're doing it standing, just a wall or a shelf. If we're using the ball, we're going to have the left foot to the side of the ball. Give the ball a hug, slide the right knee back, and then we're going to tuck the right toe underneath you. Straighten through that back leg, take the heel to the floor. We can lift up through the chest here. We're driving the right hip down towards the left heel. We don't want to be opening that hip up, driving it down. Good. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee back to the floor, back the top of the foot on the floor. We're straightening through the front leg now. So the front leg is straight. Bring the hand down, left hand to the floor, and you're going to push the ball away from you. And then I want you to imagine you're trying to sit back onto your heel here. So you're just increasing that stretch. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Coming back onto your knees. We're going to change sides. So we're going right foot forward. Give the ball a hug. Slide the left leg back until you start to feel that pull through the left side. Tuck the left toe underneath you. Straighten through that left leg. And then if you want, you can lift up through the chest. Drive the left hip down towards the right heel. So you're drawing that hip in and down. Nice deep breath in and out. We're going to lower the knee back down, top of the foot on the floor, straighten through the front leg. Right hand comes down towards the floor. Push the ball away, and then you're going to drop and try and sit back on your left heel, or towards your left heel, I should say. Good, and just feeling that stretch through the calves, the hamstrings here. Brilliant. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Coming back onto your knees, we can push that ball away. So onto all fours. Tuck your toes underneath you. Push up to down dog. Take the heels towards the floor. Now, if your heels don't want to go to the floor, bend one knee and take the other heel to the floor and then alternate. So you're trying to just stretch, get that heel down onto the floor. If both heels come to the floor, brilliant. And then just take the head through to the knees, shoulders down the back. And then we're going to soften through both knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet. And then we're going to scoop belly button to spine, rounding back up, stacking that spine. Excellent job, everyone. Stop recording.